Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day today, and today I will show you how to perform 2 move checkmate, 3 move checkmate and 4 move checkmate to simply win the game. So let's start it off with 2 move. So in order to perform 2 move checkmate, you do have to be on the black side, and the enemy, the white side, have to open up their right side of their king, which is your left side. So they will start it off by moving their pawn one space up. That is usually the case. So what you want to do is you want to open up your queen, which means you have to open up this pawn. You can either move it 1 space or 2 space. So in this case I'll put it 1 space. And for your 2 move checkmate to actually work, they have to move this pawn 2 space up. So when this happens, you can perform your second move, which is a checkmate. So in this case, they have no way to capture your queen, the king can run away, there's no way to block the queen, and it's a 2 move checkmate. And for the second one, which is the 3 move checkmate, you can use it on either side. It doesn't matter if you're white or if you're black. It's just that if you're on the white side, you have an upper hand of starting the, how do I say this, like the initial first, right? So what you want to do, if you want to pressure this part, this is where you have to pressure. So usually we'll start it off by moving this pawn 2 space up or 1 space out, so I would move it 2 space up. So for this trick to work is that the king can't run away and the queen can't be captured by the king. So it will look a little bit something like this, like maybe they'll move their pawn up like 2 space, and you have to move your bishop first to here. So if you place your bishop in this position, look at this, it's actually pressuring this point here, right? And maybe they'll be like, oh, I'm going to move my knight here. So now you will take your third move, which is here, right? Alright, in this case, look at this, you're actually pressuring here, your bishop is pressuring here, and your queen is also pressuring here, right? And if they still haven't noticed what you're doing, they might take a move like something like this, like, oh, they want to support this pawn. And this is where it works. You just put your queen down here, and it's a checkmate. Now the king can capture the queen because the bishop, right, is protecting the queen, and the king can run away because even if the king came here or here, it's still in check, and there's no way the other pieces can capture the queen. So it's a simple checkmate. For your information, there is actually a second variation where instead of moving your queen here, which I'll show you, okay, I'll take my first move, then we'll take the move. So instead of moving your queen here, you can actually move your queen here, which is also pressuring the same position, and then move like this, move like this, move like this, and it will be the same result. You can still get a checkmate by moving your queen here instead of here, as long as you're pressuring this point. For the last one, which is the 4 move checkmate, is quite an interesting one, where instead of using your queen and your bishop, you'll be using your queen and your knight. So in this case, we'll do the usual, open up your queen, take the move, and I'll move my knight here, and maybe they'll open also the knight, and I'll move my queen here. So there's actually 2 variations where you can use your queen here or here, but usually the best case here is that you move your queen here. Why? I'll show you in a second, and maybe they'll open this up. So see, you have to move your knight here to pressure this part. It's the same principle as the 3 move one. So would you have moved your queen here? Look at this. Their queen can actually capture your knight, which is bad for you. So the best variation is usually moving your queen here. So maybe they're panicking, they don't know what to do. I'm not sure what they will do. If they move their bishop or something, and then you just move your queen. Oh dear, my bad. Right. Now actually killing the opponent, and now it's a checkmate. Look at this, they can't run, they can't capture your queen because your knight is protecting your queen, and it's another simple win. Now you may think to yourself, wow, it's so easy to get beaten by 2 moves, 3 moves or 4 moves. So there is actually a lot of way to prevent them. So let's say if I'm going to possibly get 2 moves checkmate by black, if I open up this side. So the key here is to just not open up this side and not get checkmate. Just don't do this. If you do this, This is a simple loss for you. Just don't open something like this. Look at this, it's very unsafe. There is no way your king can get protected, there's no way your king can run. So the best idea is just that if you want to start something, just start usually on this point, or maybe just even if you want to open this up point and they'll do this, just don't come here. Maybe you can come here, they can't checkmate you like this. So this is just one way to prevent the 2-move checkmate. In general, this is just not the great opening. And for the last one, I'm going to teach you how to prevent yourself from getting checkmate by 3-move or 4-move checkmate. So for this one, the idea is that you have to protect the pawn which is getting pressured, which is this side. So you're going to get pressured on this pawn. So the solution here is to protect this pawn at all costs. So usually you can tell if a person is trying to use 3-move or 4-move is that they'll move their pawn like 2 space or 1 space up. Usually they move 2 space up. So for this one, it's actually very easy to protect. You just have to move this here, and they can't use their bishop anymore. Because look at this, even if they move their bishop here, look at that, they can't pressure this point because this pawn is protecting this pawn. And if I continue to play this game, as you can see, they can't perform the 3-move checkmate because the bishop isn't pressuring this point. So their plan has been foiled. So how about the 4-move? So for the 4-move one,